What is up, everybody? My name is CringeyJesse, and this is another F1 Manager 23 video. Yes, like I promised, I will not be leaving this one in the dust. I will be doing this one alongside F124, and my ultimate goal is to try to end each season around the same time. So even though my first season F124 will be all 24 races, I will shorten it to probably 16 races a season. That way we get through the seasons quicker and all of that fun stuff. So yes, there's 23 in this one, and then there's 24 in the other one. Just wanted to make sure real quick so I wasn't lying. But yeah, even after the first season F124, I'm going to shorten the seasons, and I'm going to try to have both of these end at around the same time, because these videos are way easier to edit, even when I forget that my mic is muted and I have to do a voiceover for the beginning or the middle or the end like I am doing right now. It's embarrassing. I will not lie. But, you know, doing this, I have seen that I had way more video than I needed, but I probably did a lot more talking. You know how I like to talk. But either way, we have a race here in Miami to get to, and we need to get to qualifying. And that's where I will see you. Here in Q1 at Miami, it is Magnussen coming to set a time. Not a time to beat, but it will be a time to beat. He got a pull from Ocon. Ocon went 129 something, Magnussen went 129.0. Here comes Hulkenberg, who is almost 2 seconds slower. And sitting P20 for Nico Hulkenberg. Magnussen sitting P5, so we left him in. He will improve up to P13, so plenty of cars behind him to be able to knock that out. Let's see if anybody does so. Piastri, he comes across. Now we need Sargent to come across. He's coming down that third sector. But even if Sargent does beat him out, he will not knock him out. But he is coming across the line. No, he's going into the pit stop. So into Q2, both of my drivers. And to set the time to beat here in Q2, it will be Kevin Magnussen once again, as he holds all the purples at the moment. He will set that time to be a 129.8, and Hulkenberg will come in 3/10 behind him this time. So I'm assuming that pull really did help. However, Hulkenberg's tires are a lot worse than Magnussen's, as they are both using the set that they used in Q1. Comes Kevin Magnussen to end Q2. Both drivers improving in both sectors so far. Here's Magnussen now as he crosses the line. Does he improve up to P6? Hulkenberg improves up to P9. Both drivers in the top 10 for now. As we watch other cars come in, we got Albon, who needs to come across, and here he comes now over the line. And both drivers into Q3. And this time, Nico Hulkenberg is leading the way. Someone's going a bit faster than both of my cars back there somewhere. Hulkenberg coming across 129.3. Magnussen with a 128.7, 6/10 faster than Nico Hulkenberg. Here we are at the end of Q3. Nico Hulkenberg leading once again. I was hoping he could give Magnussen a pull, but it didn't work. Yellow sectors for both of the drivers. Right now, sitting P2 is Kevin Magnussen, and P7 for Nico Hulkenberg. So we've got a couple of drivers out there. Let's see who's the closest to finishing out a lap. It looks like a Mercedes here. So we're going to go ahead and get the Mercedes over the line. As he comes across the line, he's going to go P3, knocking Magnussen down to P4. Where's Leclerc? No, it is, well, Stroll went into the pit lanes. So it is Leclerc. Leclerc sitting P6 right now, endangering Magnussen. Yes, Magnussen will fall down to P5. Sainz into the pit lanes. So Kevin Magnussen starting out in the top 5 for this week's race here in Miami.
Here we go with the Miami Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
Here we have Kevin Magnussen starting P5, the highest we've had a car start in a minute, and he is already side by side with Lewis Hamilton, looking for P4, possibly, but it doesn't look like he will get that. Hulkenberg was P7, I believe, but is now P8. I do believe he was actually P7. No, Magnussen is losing out to Alonso for P5. He's dropped down to P6 already, as we are going to go ahead and speed this up so it's faster, I guess. I don't know. Where takes Hulkenberg. Ocon lost a spot. He's down into P9 now. Oh, wrong person. And Carlos Sainz looking up the inside on Kevin Magnussen as he's going to get that one. Magnussen down to P7 after a fantastic start. Esteban Ocon now looking up the inside on Kevin Magnussen, and Kevin Magnussen will drop to P8 as Lando Norris will make the move on Nico Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg dropping down to P11 and get better this season. Oh, there's a crash. It was Hulkenberg and Lando Norris going down into the turn there.
Looks like Lando Norris.
So we're going to watch this in regular speed here.
Dangerously close to each other.
Pieces of cars everywhere.
That's obviously far from intentional.
But it doesn't look like a safety car or a virtual safety car. And there is damage to Hulkenberg's car. There is damage to his side pods and his suspension. So we'll see how much that takes off of him. And there goes Kevin Magnussen as he locks up, and he is off of the track, just kind of sitting there. He's still just kind of sitting there. I think he's just going to let everybody pass him before he does anything, as his DRS flap is open now. There's quite a few of them in front of him fighting. It's 3 wide going into the turn, and it's Oscar Piastri and Zhou Guan Yu and Kevin Magnussen all fighting for P18, and it looks like Kevin Magnussen will win that one, as he's now behind Lando Norris and up in front of Lando Norris for P17, possibly, I think. 5-second penalty is up. Off goes the mediums, on goes. So, what is that? 2.4. 5-second penalty to a 7.4 stop. That would have been a 2.4 second stop for Nico Hulkenberg, which really would have helped us out in the pit lane constructors. But unfortunately, and Norris is just way slow. Nico Hulkenberg, however, who has another stop coming, I don't know if anything can help him. Kevin Magnussen looking up the inside here on Nick DeVries, and he's going to get it. Turn 1, it looks like he's side by side around the outside of Yuki Tsunoda, as they are now side by side, both of them coming through these turns, ins and outs, outside, inside, and up into P14 is Kevin Magnussen, as he is now behind Logan Sargent, who does not have any DRS on Valtteri Bottas of the Alfa Romeo. Closer you are to the next car, you still have DRS and stuff, so that's how I look at it. Coming up the inside now, he's going to make a move on Logan Sargent. He will still have DRS coming out of that one, I do believe. I was wrong. I feel like the DRS indicators before that turn, but apparently I am wrong. Tire switch. Let's see if we can do the same thing here. No, it is 2.7. 2.7 seconds for Kevin Magnussen. And there goes Valtteri Bottas into the pit lanes, as Kevin Magnussen will now get in front of him. He is now P11 with 20 seconds to go to catch up to Lance Stroll. And there's a yellow flag. Multiple cars have crashed. It was Hulkenberg. His front wing is gone. Let's see what happened. We're watching Nico Hulkenberg, and I'm going to assume that is Valtteri Bottas. They come together at the same corner that he came into with Lando Norris. I don't think it's going to... And here we come to cross the line to finish. We're going to come behind Perez, because Perez lapped us. And Magnussen, he'll cross the line second to finish this race, but unfortunately, that just means he finished P11. No, wait. The fact that he finished P11 means he finished P11. But he was the second person to cross and finish this race. Hulkenberg, he's sitting P19 at the moment. Comes Nico Hulkenberg as he comes across the line to finish P19. So unfortunately, with a great qualifying, it will not prove to be so by the end of this race. that is the end of the Miami Grand Prix. Sergio Perez winning this one, with Max Verstappen getting P2 and Fernando Alonso getting P3. So that is your podium. Sergio Perez also getting the fastest lap of this race. Then you have Carlos Sainz in P4, Charles Leclerc in P5, Lewis Hamilton in P6, Lance Stroll P7, George Russell in P8, Esteban Ocon P9, and Pierre Gasly in P10. So, those are the guys that will score the points this weekend. However, Kevin Magnussen, who started, I believe it was P6, is finishing P11. And then Alexander Albon, Nick DeVries, Yuki Tsunoda, Logan Sargent, Zhou Guanyu, Oscar Piastri, Valtteri Bottas, Nico Hulkenberg, and Lando Norris. Moving on to the Drivers' Championship, we have Max Verstappen still leading the way with 122 points. Charles Leclerc, he's in P2 with 93 points. And Sergio Perez will move up today to P3 with 79 points. Fernando Alonso dropping down to P4 with 69 points. Carlos Sainz, P5. Lewis Hamilton, P6. Lance Stroll will move up to P7. And George Russell will move down to P8. Kevin Magnussen, P9, and Esteban Ocon in P10. Now, we also have Pierre Gasly, Nico Hulkenberg, who has 1 point, and then Alexander Albon leading the 0-point runners with Lando Norris behind him, Yuki Tsunoda, Nick DeVries moving up 3 spots today, Valtteri moving down 1 spot, Oscar Piastri moving down 1 spot, and Logan Sargent moving down 1 spot, and then there's Zhou Guanyu. I'll have to do research, but I do not believe this is Zhou Guanyu's rookie year. However, I do believe Nick DeVries, Oscar Piastri, and Logan Sargent, this is their rookie year. So, if it ended up being Zhou Guanyu's rookie year, then I will have to add him to it. But right now, we have 3 rookies on the grid at this moment, and we're going to look at the battle between the rookies as well, with Nick DeVries currently leading the rookies. Moving on to the constructors, we have Red Bull on top with 201 points, Ferrari in second, and Aston Martin in third. Mercedes in fourth, Alpine in fifth, Haas in sixth, Williams in seventh, McLaren in eighth, and AlphaTauri in ninth, and Alfa Romeo in 10th. So there's still 4 teams who have yet to score any points. Haas has 13 points, and we are with less than 10 points behind Alpine. So all we have to do is really get our car to just be better than Alpine, and then hopefully our 2 drivers will drive better than the Alpine drivers. Anyway, next we have the pit stops. So in today's pit stop, Nico Hulkenberg had a 2.455. So I don't remember seeing that time. Obviously, we'll see it again in a minute after the editing, and y'all won't even see all that parts. But I don't remember seeing that time. I wonder if they didn't count the penalty one, because that's the only 2.4 I saw was after the penalty. Anyway, so we did get P3, so that's not bad. That's 15 points added to that. That's great. Unfortunately, only one of our drivers got it. So Red Bull got the most amount of points. Alpine got a decent amount of points. And those are the only 2 constructors I see with double points out of this. So with that, Red Bull still leading. They have 125 points in that area. Alpine is in second. AlphaTauri is in the third. And has moved up to P4. They moved up 3 spots this weekend to P4 with a 45 overall points. Tied with Aston Martin, but in front of Aston Martin, who drops down to P5. McLaren moves up 2 spots to P6. Ferrari drops down to P7. Mercedes drops down 3 spots to P8. And then Williams, and then Alfa Romeo. So at least everybody has points here. And that is the end of the Miami Grand Prix. Up next is Imola. For Imola, we will have upgrades. We will have a new rear wing. We will have a new front wing. We will have a new underfloor. And we will have set a new design for the cars because ATR period 3 has started. So we're going to start that. If you pay attention to my finances, I didn't mention at the beginning, but I had 19 million at the beginning. Now I have 12 million, and I'll show you why. We have a factory upgrade coming in, so that I can do more than two manufacturers at one time, so that I can do the front wing, the rear wing, and the underfloor at the same time whenever I need to manufacture parts, or if I need new side pods or whatever. I can do more than two at the same time. So that is that. So unfortunately, no points today. We're still stuck at 13 points. We're looking for more points. Hopefully we can get some in Imola with the new upgrades. We'll see, and we'll have even more upgrades coming. I'll show you exactly when those upgrades are coming whenever we are there. However, that was the end of Miami, and we are looking forward to Imola. If you like the video, please hit that like button. If you can't wait for the next video, hit that subscribe button. I have F1 Manager 23 content coming. I have F1 24 content coming. And when F1 Manager 24 comes out, we're going to retire. I'm going to try to finish out whatever season I'm on F1 Manager 23, and then move to F1 Manager 24. That way we can at least see where we ended. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see where I could have ended because we were doing good. We had Max Verstappen and something Walker. But then I don't know what happened to that save, and I'm very upset that save is gone. But, I mean, it's practice before the new one comes out, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, but yes, if you watch my F124 videos as well as my F1 Manager videos, you will have heard by now that I will be taking a vacation next week, and it is a vacation where I can't really take my setup with me to play or edit because I just in general will not have time. So next week I will not be making any videos, but as soon as I come back from that vacation, I will continue right where I left off making videos. Anyway, I don't know what it is you guys do outside of YouTube, but I hope you enjoy your life doing so, and I'll catch you next time.